My first car was a 1996 Volkswagen Jetta. It was an automatic, and it really sucked. My friends made fun of it. They called it the Inferno, but it was good. It was a good car, got me from point A to point B. But the key to this was that it was an automatic, which means it did a lot of the work driving for me. I didn't have to shift gears. There's a computer that does it for you. When my younger brother died, I got his car. My brother left me his car in his will, and I wanted to keep it. I got rid of my Jetta and kept his 95 Corolla because I wanted that car for the sentimental value it held. I really wanted to learn how to drive that car. The problem was that car was a manual, a stick shift. I needed to learn how to shift gears by myself. I didn't have a car doing it for me. And it was a whole new process. It was really incredibly tough. Overnight, my ability to drive completely changed. The whole system changed. One day I was able to drive to work without even thinking about it. The next day I couldn't even pull out of my driveway. It was so difficult. It really was hard for me. The system completely changed. And it took a while for me to learn how to drive again. That is Dak Prescott in a nutshell. That is exactly what has happened to Dak Prescott when Dak Prescott lost Ezekiel Elliott for 6 games because he was suspended. Dak Prescott has had to learn how to win football games a different way with a different system that's much harder. It's very similar to me going from an automatic car to driving a stick shift. Let's look at this. Let's look at the storyline from the last 5 games that Dak Prescott has not had Ezekiel Elliott. For the last 5 games, Ezekiel Elliott has gone 2-3. He's won 2 games. He's lost 3 of them. And we've seen a huge progression of Dak Prescott. Here are the statistics. So in the first 3 games, Dak Prescott had 0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and had never gotten more than 200 yards passing. Never once in his first 3 games without Ezekiel Elliott did he throw for more than 200 yards passing. And they lost all 3 games, by the way. Horrible, awful, absolute blowout losses. It was atrocious. Then in the 4th game, Dak Prescott won the game. He kind of figured it out. He blew out the Redskins 38-14. He had 2 touchdowns, but he still only had 102 yards passing. It was a mediocre, meandering game, but it was better. It was finally he had some success and played well without Ezekiel Elliott. Then in the 5th game without Ezekiel Elliott, he really figured it out. He had 332 yards passing against the Giants, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a blowout win. Dak Prescott just had to learn how to play quarterback without Ezekiel Elliott. You changed his system. He needed time to learn how to play a different way. Last night, I drove my manual up a hill in the snow, and I'm very proud of that. I've gotten much better at driving a manual car. I learned how to drive a car differently. But when I first started driving a manual, when I was really bad at driving my car, I could barely pull out of my driveway, no one said to me, "Man, you're terrible at driving. You don't know how to drive." They said, "Oh, you're learning how to drive a new car. It's a new system. It's something you've never done before." So why do we do the same thing to Dak Prescott? Why do we expect Dak Prescott to play exactly the same without Ezekiel Elliott? Adversity makes a man. This process without Ezekiel Elliott has been incredibly beneficial for Dak Prescott. He needed this time to fight through and get better. Just like I said he would, just like I said weeks ago that Dak Prescott would be better on the other side, Dak Prescott has fought through this and is now better because of his time without Ezekiel Elliott. We have seen over the last 5 weeks development and the maturing process of Dak Prescott. One of my favorite movie quotes of all time is this: "The greatest teacher failure is." Yoda. Yoda from Star Wars. That is Yoda. Dak Prescott has absolutely developed and matured. He needed to take some losses. He needed to get hit in the mouth to really learn how to play quarterback without relying on Ezekiel Elliott. The Cowboys are better for Ezekiel Elliott's suspension. Dak Prescott is better for Ezekiel Elliott's suspension. On the other side of this, Dak Prescott is better. He's dealt with adversity and he responded well, just like I said he would, because he's a mature, fantastic quarterback, absolutely the franchise quarterback for the Cowboys and the quarterback of the future. You should not doubt Dak Prescott anymore. He has proven, I believe Dak Prescott has proven he is absolutely the guy. Don't doubt him. That's stupid and ridiculous. Dak Prescott is a franchise quarterback and is better because of the Ezekiel Elliott suspension.